Kurosaki Ichigo versus Yusuke Urameshi. Come on, man. That's a stupid ass matchup. I'm gonna be honest. That's a fucking dumbass matchup. Let's be honest. What the fuck is Yusuke cannot be Ichigo. It's not even fair, bro. It's not even like there's no chance in hell that this man beat. Of course he got his Regan, but what is he gonna do against the Getsuga Tensho? Nothing. Getsuga Dreijisho? Nothing, bro. He cooked. Bankai. He cooked, my nigga. What is Yusuke supposed to do against Ichigo? Nothing, bro. He don't got the power to beat him. This is the man that beat you all. This is the same man that you all saw his Bankai. He said, hell nah, bro, you not doing this shit out here. What is Yusuke supposed to do against Ichigo, bro? I'll be honest. That's so stupid. Unless it's an early version of Ichigo. Like, put end of Bleach Ichigo and it's cooked for Yusuke, bro. There ain't nothing he can do, for real, for real. There's literally nothing he can do. He's gonna get his ass cooked. Like, cleanly, fastly, everythingly. Yo, come on, man. What is a Regan gonna do against a Getsuga Tensho? Fucking nothing. Alright, let's go.
Ichigo Kurosaki.
Nah, no dub out here. Kurosaki Ichigo. No dub out here. We in the sub team over here. Ain't no dub here.
Versus Yusuke Urameshi.
The substitute
It's Urameshi.
Shinigami of Bleach versus the Spirit.
They put in the show. They put in the most recent one. Yo, they put in the end of story Ichigo, bro. That's fucked up. At least he's not grown. Because imagine adult Ichigo. That means he'll have a bunch of other battles under his belt. At least he did not put that Ichigo. Because that would have been out of here. That would have been kind of crazy. Because we haven't seen the Hell arc. So we don't know how strong Ichigo is as an adult. But still, bro, ain't nothing Yusuke gonna do, bro. That's not even fair to him. He's gonna get his ass cooked.
Detective of Yu Yu Hakusho.
The spirit
He wears
detective.
my boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out
This
who
is
would
not
win
fair,
a
bro.
death battle.
I feel bad for Yusuke. I really do. I
Tell
really
me,
do.
Boomstick, what happens
Hey.
when we die?
Endless nothingness.
That's Dead
Jeez,
Note,
man,
bro.
I don't know.
Nah,
We
that's
just
that's
started.
Bleach.
Our souls
That's
are
Komundo.
carried by Shinigami, gods of death, in an eternal cycle of death and rebirth.
Yo.
That was my second guess.
And when a soul goes
Cap.
astray, warped
It
by
turns into
evil
a
and
holo.
regret, it's a Shinigami's job to purify such violent hollows and send them off to the realm of the dead. The
Yeah,
Soul
but towards
Society.
the end of the series, Holo don't even matter that much. Let's be honest, Holos mattered up until Huecomundo. After that, they don't even matter that much. Like, when I read the manga and I was like at the when they were going to the Spirit King realm to beat Yuha after he killed his father, the Spirit King, and Grimjo, my favorite Espada, Grimjo pulled up and he was kind of useless. He was kind of useless. I was like, yo, damn, that's crazy. My nigga weak as shit. I was so pissed. I was like, God damn, give him a resurrection or something, bro. Give him something stronger. Literally, Ukiura had a second stage, bro. Give him that. Come on, man. That's not fair.
Enter Ichigo Kurosaki, whose tragic anime backstory came way too early when his mom was killed by a hollow. Reason number one why you should never want your kid to be the anime protagonist.
Left with his grief,
Man,
young Ichigo was crushed under the weight.
His dad got his revenge at the end of the day.
Survivor's guilt.
So he lashed out the only way he knew how,
This
beating
nigga
people
boxing.
up.
But this wound began to heal when he found his calling, upon meeting a Shinigami named
Rukia.
Rukia. To stop a powerful hollow, she gave Ichigo her powers, rousing unseen potential within.
More like awaken his dormant power.
Just like that, Ichigo's a Shinigami.
Substitute Shinigami. To carry out
Nah,
his
he's a Shinigami. Substitute Shinigami is the title they gave him, but he's a Shinigami, bro.
Dude,
Well, this nigga half Shinigami. This man was made in the lab, bro. He's half Shinigami, half Fullbringer, half human, half Quincy. How do you even be half of someone 4 times? That don't even make sense.
sheds his body for an invisible one made of spiritual matter called
And
Rei.
there she.
He can wield vast amounts of spiritual energy called Ryoku and exert it offensively in the form of spiritual
Reiatsu.
pressure, or Reiatsu.
Okay, that's a lot of big words, but
That's
all
a
it
lot,
really means
but-
is he's
hey.
a super-powered ghost with an epic.
While Shinigamis are invisible, they are not intangible and can be touched by normal people. Huh? I mean, yeah, cause yeah. That's true.
Sword. His spirit aura is so strong, he can stun lock foes, crushing them under his own power, even fatally.
He controls spirit matter in and around him, hardening his skin for defense.
Zangetsu and Quincy Zangetsu. Oh yeah, cause he got two blades now, right? And one of them is mixed with his hollow powers, and the other is mixed with his Quincy powers. Then he has the Horn of Salvation. That we really don't know how strong that shit is. We really don't, bro. You all saw that Bankai. He saw Bankai plus the Horn of Salvation. My man said, hell nah, you not doing this out here. He said, fuck no, I'm not dealing with that shit. Get this shit out of here right now.
Yeah. Paired with speed,
nah, that was funny, like bro. I was dead ass laughing. I think it was supposed to be shocking, but for me, I was dead ass laughing. I was like, damn, this nigga did not want to fight this.
Bullies for their lunch
that shit funny, bro.
Hello to the town's new superhero with fellow Ghostbusters Orihime, Chad, and Uryu.
Orihime, bad,
it was the Shinigami's job to tear hollows a new hole.
While balancing responsibilities at school, of course. GPA comes first, and maybe a round or two of tech.
But it wouldn't be possible without his
Shinigami.
The
woman in that shit are bad as shit, bro. That's crazy.
A superpowered spirit that's physically a sword. Ghost Sword.
Though strangely, Ichigo's sword is composed of two distinct spirits, both named Zangetsu, which isn't confusing at all.
Just call him Old Man Zangetsu and Hollow Zangetsu.
Cap.
Anyway, the double Ghost Sword gives Ichigo lots
well,
of
one of
moves,
them is his Quincy powers, not Zangetsu. Zangetsu is the Hollow. The other that look like you are is his Quincy powers. That's not Zangetsu, bro.
Mark attack.
What the fuck are you talking about? Did they even read this shit, bro? It sounds like they don't even know what they're talking about.
Getsuga Tensho!
Getsuga Tensho is incredibly powerful and so effective that Ichigo
he can do two. Getsuga Tensho 1, 2. What are you talking about?
And combine two at once into the even stronger Getsuga Jujisho.
To cut even the biggest hollows down to size. Ichigo
that
was
when he was
ridiculously
younger,
strong,
bro.
Even from frame
at the
one.
start of
He
this
can make
shit, bro.
giant shockwaves and parry spiritual light beams from a
Menos
Grande.
Grande.
And these aren't fake, slower than light
It's
lasers.
crazy how the Menos Grande were introduced, and they were like peak hollow shit, and then you find out these niggas ain't even on that. These niggas ain't even on that, bro. They kind of shit, bro.
They're real light, and the novels say so too.
Plus, early on, Uryu moved so fast that he left his own shadow behind.
Yup.
But as Ichigo became more involved with the Soul Society, he quickly found that he wasn't good enough.
This Byakuya guy's so fast, Ichigo can't even see him. Time for a good old-fashioned training arc. Hit the music!
Until now, Zangetsu had operated only in its base state,
Shikai.
So Ichigo learned to release its inner power.
Bankai.
A 10 times boost that takes most Shinigami a decade to master.
Bankai!
In Bankai,
Tensa Zangetsu. Come on, bro. Yo, that shit was peak. I'm not gonna lie.
He blocked an attack that could destroy the whole
from the whole
because Ichigo's greatest gift is his
True Shikai. Yeah, that's a yeah. True Shikai. True Bankai. Yeah, that we didn't see that shit real quick, man. That the True Bankai, we didn't see nothing from that shit. We barely see anything from that. He didn't even get to use it. He went Bankai, that shit was gone right after.
To improve. Despite only being a teenager, he mastered swordsmanship well enough to thrash experts who had been training for centuries.
He whooped the ass.
He quickly adapt to new weapons and styles mid-fight, surpassing his limits time and time again.
Like when he took on Catboy Grimjaw.
Grimjaw, come on, bro.
As soon as he heard, or
that's my favorite, my nigga.
That was all he needed to smash that kitty.
He said,
"You mean Grim?
Sorry, Grimjaw, I can't get hurt no more."
Yeah, right?
Yeah, but even with that main character energy, Ichigo.
Nah, his name is just cold, bro. Grimjaw Jaga Jack. What? Don't get me wrong. Coyote Stark, Urkirashi Sphere are nice, bro. But there's just something about Grimjaw, like Grimjaw Jaga Jack. Come on, bro. That's so clean. He's my favorite, bro. Not only the character, but even his name, bro. It's so clean.
Match Big Bad Aizen. With just a finger, Aizen stopped Ichigo's Bankai.
And the music.
Theme song.
Yup.
Ichigo needed to tap into his unexplained hollow power. Except Hollow Zangetsu wasn't going to make it easy.
Nah.
Old Man Zang's pretty chill, but this guy's a menace.
Still, Ichigo needed his
Well, I
help
kind of
and
understand
conjured
him.
a
This
hollow
nigga like,
mask
come
to
on, I'm here
expand
real
his
Zanpakuto
power.
all this
But
time.
this
You
meant the
talking
hollow
shit on
within
me.
only grew stronger.
Masked up, he can fire lasers, bypass super senses, and heal lost
Yeah,
limbs. But
that's
piss
the-
him off enough, and he'll go full hollow. And you really don't want that.
Hollowification exceeds even Bankai and was enough to crush Ukiura in a battle that shook
Nah, but that was when he was,
the world of Hollow.
What the fuck? Wait. That's when he was in the Vastolorde form, not Hollowification. He went into the Vastolorde, and then
Full hollow
he lost
Ichigo
it.
could even tear through all 3 layers of hell.
But with help from his secret Shinigami father, Ichigo continued to train for months in the Dangai
And learned the
a corridor
truths,
between
the
dimensions,
final
until
Getsuga.
he was finally ready to challenge Ice.
This man pulled up with a whole new hairstyle. This man pulled up with a whole new hairstyle. Tweaking out. I was like, bro, come on, man. You don't need to do all this. My man pulled out with the long hair. He started flexing, flirting with people. Like, chill, nigga. God damn, Ichigo something else,
He
bro.
manhandled Aizen, shattered mountains with sheer aura, and flexed so hard he smashed out of the black coffin, which crushes space like a mini
I
black
still don't.
hole.
I really don't understand why he used the final Getsuga, because he was beating Aizen ass like totally, bro. This man was whooping Aizen throughout the whole fight. After he went into, he got the chain and pulled up with a new drip. Yo, he was whooping Aizen ass, and he threw all his powers into one Getsuga. I was like, bro, you did not need to do that.
Yet,
You did not need
still
to do
wasn't
that.
enough. So by becoming Getsuga itself,
Nah.
Ichigo
He was
unleashed his
whooping
ultimate attack,
he was whooping that nigga.
Mugetsu.
He
Defeating
just wanted to
Aizen
flex and get some new drip. He just wanted to get a new drip and flex on this nigga. That's all
at
it
the
is.
cost of all his power.
Look
He
at
might
this
have
man.
saved everyone, but now it was back to Normieville.
Ichigo never truly realized until then just how much being a Shinigami meant to him. The power to protect others.
And he didn't
his
realize how
drive,
much
his
powers he
pride
had.
in himself was gone. He would give anything to get it back.
And he did, thanks
Yep.
to a surprise assist from Rukia. Boom! Shinigami again!
Just in time for a 1,000-year blood war with a final endgame boss,
Yusuke.
Who planned to end everything. And while other Shinigami tried their best, only Ichigo was special enough to pull it off.
His father was a Shinigami.
I mean, they were
His
still in
mother
Bankai, so that's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you pulled out your Bankai, it was going. That shit crazy.
was a member of the ancient Quincy's and possessed by a hollow. Hence, his 2 Substitute spirits, one Quincy, the other Hollow and Shinigami, made Ichigo a perfect union to break Yhwach's plan. Finally,
Yeah, but he
Ichigo
didn't
understood
really.
himself.
He really did though. He only got the power, the arrow that unified Almighty. Ichigo, he himself did not really beat Yusuke. Let's be honest, because I'll give him to him. His Bankai was so threatening. Yusuke did not let him use that shit. But he didn't do shit against Yusuke. It was the arrow that did the whole job.
Defying with both Substitute
With
spirits with-
Antitasis, the arrow without that they were all cooked. Let's
Then,
be honest.
with that, came a new Shikai and 2 new Zanpakuto.
True Shikai! If you thought Ichigo was strong before,
Oh,
oh boy, he's the strongest Shinigami alive. They're dead. Undead? Yeah.
Stronger than Kenpachi, who could
Lanza
split the
de
Dangai in half.
Lirepango.
Stronger than Senjumaru, who shook heaven and earth across the realms. And strong enough to match
Defeated
Yhwach,
Renji. Who didn't defeat Renji?
even after he absorbed
Who
the
didn't
Soul
defeat
King.
that
Used
nigga?
up with Soul King power, Yusuke could nuke all 3 realms. The human world, Soul Society, and
Hueco
Hueco
Mundo.
Mundo. Plus the Dangai and Garganta in between, which have a bunch of pocket dimensions sprinkled in. Hell, just the Soul King's corpse sent a shockwave across all the
Yeah, that
realms.
shit was
And it's
kinda
not a
crazy.
matter of disrupting the flow of souls. Yhwach was going to end everything through sheer power alone.
But Ichigo still wasn't done powering up.
Entering
not
a
gonna
new
lie.
half-hollow form and merging his
Orihime did
Getsuga
not do
Tensho
much
with a
during that
mighty
fight, too.
hollow attack, the Grand Ray Sarah.
The Orihime was kind of useless during that fight too. Right?
A giant crescent slash that rips through space itself.
All that power culminating in his true Bankai. A
Did not
power
even
so
use that
great,
shit.
Even Yhwach was scared of it.
Yeah, exactly. He
Josaki,
said, "Nah, bro,
Ichigo
you're not
didn't
using
even
that
need
shit."
it. You're done.
Ichigo was finally content. And 10 years later, he remains a Shinigami,
Yeah.
having found the courage to stand on the edge of life and death, conquer his fears, and walk onward.
Oh, it's not finished. You still got the hell shit that's going on, but...
Most teenagers have no idea what they want to do with their life. However, that was hardly a problem for juvenile delinquent Yusuke Urameshi, because he only ever wanted to do one thing.
Throw hands! It don't matter who the ups are, be they women, old folk,
when
or
you talking about gangster, this nigga gangster, bro. Yusuke gangster. He crazy.
Yusuke lived to fight. It's what gave life meaning.
This nigga
Who cares about stupid things like friends and family?
Which is why it was so surprising when one day he
got hit
threw
by a
himself
car
in front of a speeding car to save a child,
and
bringing
died.
that reckless life
That nigga
to
died.
a screeching halt.
Truck-kun claims another victim.
Oh, wait. The manga is different than the anime? I'm gonna read the manga. What the fuck? I thought it was the same shit.
Chapter 1 of a battle shonen, so death is hardly the end.
Surprisingly, though, it wasn't a spooky skeleton in a hood who arrived to claim Yusuke's soul. It was a blue-haired anime girl on a broomstick.
This was Botan, whose job was to ferry Yusuke's newly deceased spirit off to the afterlife.
Unfortunately, or I guess fortunately,
yeah, because he
for
wasn't
him,
supposed to die there, so the king, I don't remember his name, it's been a while. The king gave him a quest and all that, and then he came back to life.
He was such an asshole that the underworld didn't see his selfless death coming.
Yeah.
And didn't have any space prepared for him. Imagine being such a menace to society that the second you do something nice, hell itself gets caught with his pants down.
So the underworld surrogate king, Koenma, offered Yusuke an alternative. He could return to life as an agent of the afterlife, a spirit detective, solving supernatural crimes and fighting off demonic threats to humanity.
Nah, my boy Hiei is fire. That's my boy Hiei. The first nigga to use black flames, Hiei, bro. That nigga clean as shit, bro. His green form, I did not like it. After that one, he gets his black flame, the black dragon flame, and the third eye. That nigga clean as fuck, man. He doing shit.
Anyone would do in that situation. And told Satan Jr. to stuff it. I mean, he was never really good for anything, and no one was gonna miss him. So what's the point of coming back to life?
I'm gonna read that shit,
like
bro.
his
I haven't read
mom
it.
would be sad, or his childhood sweetheart Keiko would
when
be
he said no, I was like, bro, are you fucking stupid? Then when she showed him that his future girlfriend and his mom were sad as shit, that's when he said, all right, you know what? Let me do it. Of course they were gonna be sad. Are you stupid, bro?
broken, or even his rival Kuwabara would shed manly tears. Oh, man.
At the sight of loved ones who cared far more than he ever expected, Yusuke had a change of heart and accepted Koenma's offer, returning to life with a new purpose and a new job.
And newfound ass-kicking ability. In his quest to beat the
that
shit out
form
of
was
demon
ass,
crime,
bro.
Yusuke learned to harness Reiki,
Damn!
spirit energy. He's ridiculously strong, fast, and durable. Heals from wounds quickly and can see
because
spirits.
he got demon in his genes. Mr. got demon in his genes. That's why he fast. Regan!
Invisible to mortal men.
That
Even
shit,
early
he's
on,
bad, that
Yusuke
bitch,
could
bro.
parry Suzaku's lightning arrows, which are formed from real lightning called down from the sky. And with the help of legendary warrior Genkai, he mastered a signature move that could blast enemies to smithereens.
My favorite shonen move ever.
What?
The spirit gun.
It's called Regan, and the best shonen move ever is Kamehameha. Come on, bro, you can't go wrong with that shit.
Shots, but eventually, he turned it into his personal WMD. Stronger than any weapon on
My
Earth. He
nigga
could
spam
go
that
finger
bitch all
blasting
the
around
time.
as much as he wants.
The spirit gun is more versatile than it appears.
Yeah,
Yusuke can bounce it
very
off surfaces for sneak attacks, propel himself around like a rocket in flight, and produce massive explosions with each
The
shot.
fact that Kurama, a regular human, made it this far in the show was so impressive. That I really liked him, but was my favorite. Was my favorite by far. But Kurama, the guy, I forgot his name, his gangster friend rival. Nah, he deserves respect.
Twisted up for a spirit shotgun, a mighty AoE blast, or a spirit
Kurama
punch
was
where he
nice,
keeps
too.
the energy stored in his fists and clovers the hell out of you. And the spirit wave, a Kamehameha from before we uncultured Americans knew what a Kamehameha was.
Yusuke may be a punk, but he's deceptively skilled and cunning in battle.
He's
That all came out of before Yu Yu Hakusho, so Kamehameha was before Spirit Wave.
Not afraid to fight dirty, throwing his shoes, using sleight of hand to place cigarettes on his foe to track them in the dark.
Personally, I'd call that smart. And his
I mean,
hand-to-hand
it
is
is
A+. He's matched experts like Cabano, who's said to have mastered all forms of martial combat.
Oh,
But
that
his best secret is how quickly he improves. All it takes is a round of training or someone threatening his friends, and Yusuke's
he
power
is
will
the
spike to match
descendant of the
stronger
Demon
enemies,
King.
even if it means literally burning through his own life force for a power-up.
All known demons and demon fighters are individually ranked on a scale of power from E to S.
E and D class demons are nothing special. We're talking local threats at best. C and B are getting a bit dicey in a destroy your city kind of way.
That's my
A and
boy.
S, well, hold on to your ass. We're talking end of the world.
As Yusuke forged bonds with new allies,
Yeah,
like demons
yeah.
Hiei and Kurama, as well as his
Kurama.
old pal Kuwabara, he found himself facing opponents he couldn't beat, such as the monstrous Toguro, who could
this
vaporize
nigga-
weaker demons and crush their
This
souls with
nigga
sheer
body
aura.
crazy.
But
That shit
Yusuke
didn't make
needed to
sense.
survive and protect his loved ones. So he had no choice but to rank up, even if it meant absorbing the power of a small star. Thanks, Genkai!
Our sun has an average luminosity
I mean-
of 380 septillion watts, or joules per second. Small
He
stars
is
like
the
red dwarfs
descendant of a
output about
demon king, bro.
1/10,000th of that.
You know
So
what I'm
this
saying?
spirit
This-
orb's energy per second would equal about 9 million
He is
megatons
the
of
descendant
TNT.
of a demon
Enough
king.
to
Let's not
send
forget
Toguro
that.
to the grave.
Even after pushing past his own limits, Yusuke would still need more power to face S-class threats like Sensui, a past
Yeah.
spirit detective gone bad, and a great measuring stick for what top-tier demons are capable of.
Sensui was so yoked he couldn't even use all his power in the human world without threatening to bring down the whole thing. He compared destroying the whole goddamn planet to kicking an anthill.
According to Genkai, Yusuke could destroy the
hey.
planet too, if he really wanted. And even A-class threats like King Enma have shaken both the demon and human worlds.
That anima guy is strong as balls.
I'm
In
gonna
the
have to
past,
admit, they are stronger. They are stronger than I thought, but still, bro, he not winning against Ichigo. Ichigo has enough strength to threaten with the three realms. They talking about mostly destroying Earth. That's just a planet, bro. That's not realms. You know what I'm saying? He made hell and Earth shake, so that's kind of, I guess you can say he's able to affect two realms, but that's not three.
he fought the Netherworld King Yakumo, who could eradicate the entire human world and remake the Netherworld.
But Yusuke's power surpassed both of them to the point where he overloaded Yakumo with his own energy. And do keep in mind, Yusuke was still only A-class at the time, a far cry from S-classes like Sensui, whose sacred energy was 10 times his superior.
But not for long, sucker, because turns out Yusuke was a demon himself.
Literally. Yusuke is the descendant of an
descendant,
ancient
yeah.
and incredibly powerful being, one of the strongest in existence,
Ryzen.
Ryzen, the Demon King.
With his Mizoku mark, Yusuke can channel Ryzen's spirit for a huge power boost and a massive thirst for murder boost. This was his first taste of a dangerous
That
new
shit
type
was
of
kinda
spirit
crazy.
energy, Yoki.
A form of energy used by demons. Like normal Reiki, it can be amplified by intense emotions. Unlike
Nah,
normal
he was
Reiki,
beating
its
his ass,
use creates
bro.
a pleasurable feeling,
He
feeding
was
into the user's
beating
rage
his ass.
and
That's
bloodlust,
crazy.
the feral animal within.
So Yusuke upgraded his spirit gun to a demon gun. It's the same thing,
There you go.
but red. Oh, and it's strong enough to blast Sensui past the horizon, putting Yusuke's power firmly in S-class.
And making him a prime candidate to rule the demon world. But as he was thrust into a tournament vying for that throne, Yusuke began to wonder if all this power was what he really wanted.
Self-reflection? From "I'll kick your ass, Yusuke Urameshi"?
That's
We
crazy.
can
This man
worry
was
about
throwing
that
shit
later.
all the time.
There's a tournament to win. Which one of you, girl, baby, or grandparents is first?
Even then, as Yusuke took on the Demon King Yomi in an epic final battle, he
Nah,
was
yeah, he
still
did.
growing. He had become far stronger than before, even achieving a unique version of the Mizoku form separate from Ryzen's influence.
And a brand
Nah, that
spanking
shit
new
ugly,
form
bro.
of
He needs
power.
the long hair.
Kinda like
With the
Sensui's
short
secret
hair,
energy.
it looks shit. With the longer, it looks alright.
But even better, it's so unprecedented, it doesn't even have a name, but it's golden glowy.
Strong enough to clash with Yomi, creating an explosion that split the heavens above and decimated the Okunin tree below, pushing the Demon King himself to his absolute limits.
But then,
Yusuke is
Yusuke
stronger than I thought.
lost. It's not all bad, though. Even if being king would have been cool, Yusuke realized he wanted something more. He'd grown up and chose to walk a new path.
It was always Yusuke's connections with others that motivated him above all else.
Yeah,
and it was in those connections that he found his happy ending.
But I wouldn't piss him off if you can avoid it. Get him in the right mood, or fight the human world, and the spirit detective will beat your stupid
I still don't
ass.
think he beat Ichigo, though. I still don't think he can beat Ichigo, though.
Long has its return been foretold, but now, finally, it is reborn.
The original Death Battle shirt that once dominated research team.
Man, start a fight.
Death Battle!
Hey, they jumping, bro? What's going on? Alright, hold on. Let's see. I don't think Ichigo will lose. Why?
Demon. That's a hollow. No doubt about it.
Alright, so y'all put somehow both of them were stupid? What the fuck? The hollow and demons are not really the same thing, bro, but whatever. I guess you could say. Oh, wait a minute, that's on fire. What the hell?
Spirit guide!
Yeah, I got him! Headshot! Come on. Nah, Getsuga being Reigan, I'm sorry. Come on, Ichigo. Oh, he went hand to hand? What are you doing, bro? What is he doing? Damn, that's kind of crazy. Ain't no way. Did he just... Wait. Did he really do that? Bro, there's no way he just did that. No. I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of his type of shit to do, but that's kind of crazy. What the fuck?
Hollow.
What is going on, bro? I agree with that.
Reckless idiot.
Hueco Mundo? Not
What
even.
a babe. Little demon energy got you scared. Nah.
Nigga literally half home. Wait, what? You do know that is a train coming out fucked up, right?
What? Damn, why didn't I think of that?
Maybe because you don't do slashes?
Give in to me, Yusuke. Let's devour him together.
Hell no! This is my fight, jackass! You just hold me back!
Alright, Yusuke. But you could, bro, because Ichigo still has Bankai and Horde of Salvation. So we got 2 more levels. You already at your final level. You could. I'm not gonna lie, you are cooked. What the? What? Bro.
Rude awakening. This one's a piece of work. Need a hand, partner? Let's do it. Like old times.
On time!
There you go, my boy.
Tensa! Sangetsu!
Yeah, he went with Horn of Salvation immediately? That's kind of crazy. Come on,
The best you can do?
Shoot, pull.
I can go even faster if you'd like. Hell yeah! Bring it on, asshole!
Wait.
I'll kill you even if it kills me! I'm putting it all on the line! You better do the same!
What?
Screw that!
How is Zangetsu damaged, bro? That is not how a Grand Race Hero looks. That is not how the Grand Race Hero looks, bro. That is not the Grand Race Hero, bro. That's not how it looks. Alright, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Give me a freaking break. See you on the other side.
That makes sense, bro. Like, because I was like, why is Zangetsu getting damaged? Chill. I'll be in there.
KO! You, think the afterlife offers frequent flyer miles?
There's a lot to cover here, so let's break this down into 4
really.
chapters,
Yeah,
starting
sure.
with their abilities.
Yusuke could see Ichigo no problem, and
Yeah,
resist
for sure,
auras like Taguro's that are similar to Reiatsu, so
Very,
Ichigo
very.
couldn't cheese a win
It
right
is
away.
both. Reiatsu is spirit energy, and literally you it's not spirit energy but spiritual energy. And my boy Yusuke also uses spirit energy.
Wise, Yusuke was outmatched. Sure, the spirit gun could potentially match the Getsuga Tensho, and he had stat-boosting forms like the Mizoku. Ichigo, however, had more varied powers. A better healing factor, greater stamina given his months of Dangai training.
And all those swords. He just had way more abilities to play
Yeah,
with.
for
Likewise,
sure.
speed was a
Also
fairly
Ichigo.
easy call. Yusuke could react to lightning early on, and obviously got much faster over time.
Nah,
Looking at
speed
this
also
blast
goes
from
to
his clash
Ichigo,
with
bro.
Yomi,
Come on.
it erupted upwards at 57% the speed of light.
But Ichigo was faster than light from the start. And he's
Yeah.
gotten faster too.
And
he
Shunko.
couldn't even see Byakuya at first, but blitzed him in the rematch. Plus, he's got tons of training and power-ups since then.
Yup,
The Soul
yup.
King Shockwave, for example, expanded across the realms at thousands of times light speed, and Ichigo reacted to attacks from Soul King Yuhabak that utilized the same power.
I'm
so,
saying,
Ichigo
speed also
takes
goes to
speed.
Ichigo.
But Yusuke's fought plenty of foes faster and more varied than him, so it's extremely important to examine their tactics and ability to adapt mid-fight.
This is
I would say that also goes to Ichigo, bro. Because Ichigo was adapted to every single one of his opponent, you know what I'm saying? And today he was adapting his fighting style to every one of his opponents. Look at Byakuya, he went for speed. Look at Renji, he adapted to his Zord movement and started reading them. Like, all of his fight, he adapts to his opponent. His fight, he himself doesn't, his fighting style, you know what I'm saying?
kind of both their things. Ichigo has styled on guys with centuries of training and has over a decade of experience as a
Alright, but that's not the Ichigo that you were using, so let's not.
Shinigami. He's pretty good at figuring
Let's
out
be
new
specific.
weapons and styles.
Meanwhile, Yusuke was flexible and quick to
Oh,
adapt,
shit, I was
mixing
seeing on my
cleverness with
glasses.
exceptional hand-to-hand. He's
Hope I
good enough to
didn't
match
break
Kabano, who mastered every martial art. Ichigo's decent
But
at
that was
hand-to-hand,
hand-to-hand combat, though. Ichigo uses Zord fighting, swordsmanship, so that's not the same thing, you know what I'm saying?
but it's not his go-to in the same way.
So both had their strong suits with advantages on each side. It's fair to call this one a draw.
Leaving
Alright,
only
I will
the
give it
biggest
to
winning factor, which could have superseded all other advantages.
Which is?
Power.
Between
Ichigo.
Sensui,
It was
Genkai,
Ichigo,
and
bro.
Enma, Yusuke could definitely destroy the planet. Examining his sky-splitting clash with Yomi and measuring its scale,
That
that's
guy
about
Ichigo was threatening the whole human realm. Because he was, Aizen was, and he beat Aizen, which means that he come on.
4
bro.
quadrillion megatons of
far past
TNT,
Dangai, my
which
guy.
is crazy.
Similarly, mid-series Ichigo could shake Huecomundo,
Exactly.
tear through hell, and block attacks that could destroy the Soul Society. But at his peak, he beat Yuhabak, who could destroy several
He didn't.
realms, which
He
is
did,
far
bro.
more
He didn't
impressive
beat him in the fight. He did.
than just one.
To be fair, Yusuke
But you are one scared of his Bankai, so
also
I'll give
beat
him that.
Yakumo, who could threaten 2 realms at the same time. Pretty close to Yuhabak's threatening 3.
Three.
And Yusuke
And
far
like I
surpassed
said-
Yakumo afterward. The gap between him and Sensui alone was 10 times. So there could be an argument for Yusuke's power surpassing Ichigo
No.
if 3 realms was truly Ichigo's limit.
Fortunately
Yeah.
for Ichigo, it's not. Yuhabak was also gonna destroy the Gargantuan.
The exact size of Bleach's realm is unclear, but likely larger than the realm that Yakumo Chen. Ichigo still exceed Yusuke with even the most conservative version. Yeah.
Which has at least 29 pocket dimensions inside it.
Each containing at least a planet and star, much larger than Yusuke's planet-sized worlds. Plus, Ichigo matched Yuhabak in True
Wait, what?
Shikai,
What
with
was
much
it?
larger than
Can't fear your own world novel. Isagi earnestly held back his unease as he continued to run. Finally, this girl, no artificial light breaking through, and used Shunpo to run to it. Oh, there's a there's
Yusuke's
another-
planet-sized worlds. Plus, Ichigo matched Yuhabak in True Shikai, without his addition.
What came first, the novel or the manga? Because if the novel came first, who wrote the novel? Is it still the same guy as the manga did?
Boost from Half Hollow and True Bankai.
As always with
Or
Death
the
Battle, there's
Salvation.
arguments either way. But the way we see it, even being generous with Yusuke's power
Is it Kubo that wrote the novel and the manga and made the manga? Because it's, I don't know. I don't know. Bro.
conservative with
Stop
Ichigo's,
lying.
the gap was just too big, giving Ichigo the final
Yeah,
edge.
that-
Sorry if
Bro, that was
things
so
got
obvious from the
messy,
jump.
but that's just how Ichigo goes.
The winner
Never do that shit again. That was shit.
is Ichigo Kurosaki.
Nah, but that was obvious, bro. There was
Time
no way
on
that
Death
he
Battle.
was, who was it? Is that Sonic? Mecha Sonic. Mega Sonic versus Cell? Oh hell nah, he's getting his ass whooped. What the fuck? You wanna get? You wanna go Metal Sonic against the? You wanna go against the man that's perfection himself? You're either perfect or you're me. What? Come on, man. He's gonna get his ass whooped. Come on, man. What the fuck is Metal Sonic gonna do against fucking Cell, bro? Hell nah. Cell literally gonna absorb his ass, man. Get his shit out of here, bro. Ain't no way they put in Metal Sonic versus Cell. That ain't even fair, bro. What the hell is wrong with these matchups?